Hello, everybody, and welcome to a brand new Dan and Frankie Go to Hollywood. My name is Dan.
And I'm Frankie.
Oh, wow, I thought you were going to put on a cool voice.
No, I
Um,
can't do cool voices.
Fair enough. Neither can I, as you can clearly see. This is a whole different ball game now. We have revamped our podcast because we got to a point where we're like, you know what? Those people who want to hear about a certain movie, maybe they don't want to sit through listening to, the movies that we've been watching or, packages that arrived or hairballs that our cats have come up with and things like that. And so this particular episode is what we are just sort of referring to as our catch-up episode, where it's going to be
Really?
what?
I call it a hangout episode.
Hangout episode. That's right. That's exactly what I meant. It's our hangout episode where we catch up and hang out. And so this is going to essentially be what used to be like the first half of the regular podcast, where we get all this stuff. Nobbins Knowledge is going to be back, so don't worry, all you Nobbins fans out there, you will get your fix. Actually, you're going to get twice as much Nobbins this time around. And yeah, this is just going to work out so much better for people who want to specifically listen to the movies or, whatever. So, yes, round of
Yeah,
applause
and
to
because,
Frankie for coming up with all of this.
well, yeah, it's been annoying me for ages that our episodes are ridiculously long for no
Hmm.
reason. So,
Yep.
like, obviously, end of year specials and things are longer because
Mm.
you've got special things and our award show and stuff, but
Yeah.
normal episodes should not be that long.
Episodes. Yes, Miss Moneypenny. Normal episodes are not going to be 17 hours anymore. Um, so, there you go. You did it as well. So yeah.
We're out
So
of practice.
I know. Yes, apologies to everyone for the delay in episodes. We the night before we were going to record previously, our here at my house, our internet cable got broken, and so we didn't have internet. And I generally find it is something that one actually requires in order to conduct a podcast. So yeah, so that just didn't happen. But and yeah, there's been a lot going on. How's life for you at the moment?
Same old thing.
Well, not really. Have you seen your house lately?
Oh yeah, I renovated a little bit and
Oh, a little bit. Come on,
well,
it
it was a
looks
little bit. It's just
incredible.
my like entryway was internal brick painted and
Hmm.
so it's now lined so it looks like normal walls and
Yeah, but it's like
I put
orange
tiles
and stuff.
down.
There's like cool colors and things. Like it's funky. It's
Yeah.
retro. It's
Yeah, I like
yeah.
the 70s, so
Hmm.
I made it orange.
How is it that I'm more excited about your house than you are?
Well, I don't know. I was excited the whole time, so now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just I'm used to it.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough.
And I forgot it had been that long, so
Yeah, yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, right now you're probably like, yeah, well, it's actually not orange anymore. It's like a lavender color. I've actually changed it. No, yeah. So nothing been happening. Like anything else?
I oh, you know what?
Hmm.
I have I have purchased some things
Oh, well, see, there you
like
go.
like
Wow. What and
um
what are
this
we
is a
looking at
laser
right
disc.
now?
This is a laser disc of Sea of Love with
Hmm.
lots of bitches.
Yep.
I can't play laser discs. I'm just buying them for decoration.
Yeah.
And I found a place that has had all these Japanese ones. So this is The Godfather Part 3, which I haven't
Hmm.
seen yet, but I just really like the cover.
Fair
So,
enough. Yeah.
and then Frankie and Johnny. No, see, these
Hmm.
are like full on.
Hmm.
It's cool. They've got the like obi strips with the all the in Japanese, all the
Hmm.
words and stuff.
Yep.
And then I don't know how well that's going to see on
Yeah,
video,
no,
but
that's looking all right.
yeah, it's got stuff. And then
Ah, stuff. I love stuff.
this this one even has some kind of guide for
Oh, wow.
the pictures. It's all in
Yeah.
Japanese. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
right.
And then you just have like all this cool st oh my God.
Mm.
all this cool stuff, like
that you can't
profiles of the
read.
actors. That is, it's all in Japanese. But
Hmm.
I bought it for the picture, so
Of course, yeah.
that's okay that I can't
Yeah,
read
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Then
And
I'm
what
not
so
done
what
yet.
happened when you actually put one on your
Scarecrow.
turntable and put the needle on it and you were like, "Whoa, what is this sound coming out?" No, that didn't
Yeah, it's
actually
actually
happen.
really cool. I Laserdiscs were not really around when I was young, so
Hmm.
um I actually had never seen one before, and it
Mm.
just looks like a giant CD, which
Mm. Yeah.
I just yeah, I didn't
Mm.
I'd seen pictures of the, covers
Hmm.
that they look like records, but I had never seen the actual disc before. So it's kind of fun that it looks like a giant
It
CD.
was it was a weird format, honestly. Like, I don't know who had this bright idea that like, oh, let's release movies on like giant LP sized things. Like, um, yeah, it's probably no wonder it didn't really last that long.
Mhm.
But no, they do look
Speaking
like
of
cool collectibles.
speaking of other formats,
Hmm. Oh my God, would you look
Sea
at
of
that?
Love VHS,
A VHS
because
tape.
I love this movie so much
Clearly,
that I
yeah.
just thought, you know what, pick up VHS for a couple of dollars. So why
Absolutely.
not?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
The
it's
other cool thing I bought
hmm.
is this chunky Taschen book, um,
Wow.
the Godfather family album, and so
Hmm.
it's just has this weird jacket thing.
Hmm.
All sorts of pictures from the Godfather.
Yeah,
Very
right. Yeah, that looks very cool. Yeah, I love how we went from like, you're sort of like, oh no, nothing to talk about to, oh, it's cool
well,
stuff. I've got
I
VHS
can
tapes.
I can always talk about Al Pacino.
Yeah, well, there you go. See, that's yeah.
Yeah. Well, I just forgot. You put me on the spot. I'm just been thinking movies. I haven't been thinking like about myself. Oh, you know
Right.
what else is cool? Actually, I do have
Hmm.
something else to talk about.
There you go. See?
I forgot that it's been so long since we recorded. I don't know if I mentioned this or not last time
Hmm.
because that was months ago,
It
feels
was.
like. I bought a VR headset. I got the MetaQuest 3S.
Hmm.
And it's amazing. It's so much. I like it so much more than I have the PlayStation
PlayStation. Yeah.
VR 1,
Hmm.
and it was always a bit cumbersome to use because I got
Mm.
to set up the PlayStation. It's a bit temperamental, so sometimes I have to, unplug and plug back in a few times before the headset will turn on properly and all
Mm.
that stuff.
Hmm.
And this one is like wireless, standalone. You just press a button to turn it on and it's there. I can go
Hmm.
any room in my house to do stuff.
Yep.
Has mixed reality, so you can sometimes do stuff in your house and
Augmented
see the
reality.
room around you.
AR. Yep.
It's called mixed reality.
Oh, is it now? Okay.
Yes.
As far as I knew, it was called augmented reality,
When
but
you look on the store, you can see all the apps that are mixed reality ones.
right, right. Hey, look,
Probably because people won't know what augmented means.
my entire life is mixed reality, so
Mm.
I don't need a headset. Yeah.
I also have found like Synth Riders I had on PlayStation, and
Hmm.
I've been playing it on because with the Quest you get a 3 month subscription to their Meta Plus or whatever it
That's
is,
good,
same
three
as
months.
PlayStation Plus.
Hmm.
And Synth Riders is free to play if you have
Hmm.
that subscription. So I was able to play it, and I like it a lot more than the
Hmm.
PlayStation one. I think
Cool.
the it just feels more immersive, this headset. And I don't know if
Yeah,
it's
right.
just the technology thing. I don't know how long ago the PlayStation 1 came out.
Mm.
But yeah, I was very surprised because the 3S is a cheaper one. I think it's about 400 or something for the headset.
Hmm.
And I was just amazed at the quality. So
Mm.
I've been playing a lot of music games. One of my favorite is Smash Drums.
Mm.
And I play that in arcade mode where you control your drumsticks and the
Hmm.
drums come towards you and you hit
Nice.
them. You
Yep.
can play a version that's like you've got a drum kit in front of you.
Hmm.
And there's also a game called Drums Rock that is a drum kit in front of you game that has a lot of metal, so I like that as well.
Right,
But
right.
Smash Drums has
Mm.
music packs for like rock songs and stuff. So I've got
Hmm.
some Bon Jovi. Um, I played some Motley Crue, which
Hmm.
was interesting because that was pretty hard at
Yeah,
first
right.
when I wasn't used to it, even though it wasn't marked as one of the
Mm.
hard ones. And so I've got some fitness apps, so I'm actually doing workout stuff. And
Mm.
I just recently got Audio Trip, which is similar to Synth Riders, but the choreography is more for fitness. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot more challenging making you move, whereas
Mm-hmm.
Synth Riders is just fun.
Yeah,
And
yeah, right.
so, yeah, I got a bunch of things that I am trying out. So I'm having a lot of fun with it, as well as just like experiences and things that you can
Yeah, of
do
course.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's very fun.
And it also made it very easy to come up with a birthday present for you for your birthday, which was yesterday as we're recording. So happy 28th birthday for yesterday. Because yeah,
Uh,
I kind of thought to,
only I was still in my 20s.
I know there was another present that we discussed that is a work in progress, but I was like, I've got to get you something for the day, and then I was thinking of vouchers. I was like, well, JB's like like an easy one, but then I suddenly thought, oh my God, what if there is MetaQuest vouchers? And I went and had a look, and yeah, sure enough, there is. I'm like, oh man, you are set for birthdays, Christmases, everything for like I don't know how long.
Do you know what? I ended up, you're very generous too. I wasn't expecting the amount that it was.
Ah,
I spent it all yesterday.
good,
I
excellent.
bought Pistol Whip,
Hmm.
which I had been wanting to get for ages. It's basically think of being John Wick.
Yeah.
And it's another rhythm game, but you're shooting people. So you're traveling along so you don't have to move yourself and you
Hmm.
have to shoot people on the beat of the music. And it's got
Mm.
really cool music. I tried it out briefly last night. I just did a few, they call them scenes, which is the length of a song. And I tried it out doing a few, and yeah, I can see why people say it's full on because
Mm.
you also need to dodge bullets that are being fired at you. So there's lots of
Right, right.
ducking and twisting, and sometimes there's multiple people shooting at you at once.
Mm.
So you're trying to avoid that. So
Hmm.
yeah, that is quite a workout. So I haven't
Sounds
tried. There
like
is
it.
a campaign mode that you can go through and different challenges and all that kind of stuff, but
Hmm.
it says you should have some experience before you start campaign mode. So I was trying it out. I did buy Audio Trip from the
Hmm.
voucher,
Yep.
um, just to try it out and make sure I liked it.
Hmm.
And I do like it. It's tricky because even on beginner, because your hand is a color for each hand and you have to hit the things. And even in beginner mode, it swaps the colors to the other side, which
Oh,
I
okay,
know
right.
with synth riders, I don't think it starts doing that until you go up to hard mode, maybe. I don't know.
Right, right.
Synth riders is hard for me. I play normal.
Mm.
I can't really go up to the harder levels yet.
Mm.
And I spent the last of the voucher last night. I was going to buy music packs for Audio Trip with it,
Hmm.
but then I saw something else I wanted to try, which is Pinball VR,
Oh,
where
nice.
you make your own arcade and you can, when you unlock things, you
What?
can customize the decorations. Like it looks like a basement now, but I know
Yeah.
that you can get a theme to look like a cinema. It's all set 80s. So like a
Ooh.
cinema theme, you can change the carpets. You have a room
Oh,
for your
wow.
machines, and the
Yeah.
machines are really interactive.
Yeah.
There's an Indiana Jones one if you buy, there's like a
Mm.
few Universal things.
Hmm.
But I've just got three machines that come with the base game,
Hmm.
and they have interactive things which you can turn off if you don't want them. So I was
Mm.
playing one, I can't remember what the theme was, some kind of like adventure, something or other.
Hmm.
And so you have this guy standing next to the machine, which if you
Mm.
get the Indiana Jones one, then it's him.
Hmm.
And so he's doing stuff. And then there's
Mm.
like a person running across the top of the table, and there's a little helicopter that flies at one stage.
Oh,
It's all
wow.
themed things for whatever the theme of the machine is.
Yeah,
And
right.
then you just hold your controllers and just the buttons for the flippers.
Hmm.
And yeah, and so I just set it up. I just looked at it quickly last night and I was sitting on my couch playing pinball.
Hmm.
You can
Yeah, yeah.
adjust it to the right height. So
Oh, that
that
sounds
also
so
has
cool.
mixed reality so that you can set up the machines in a room in your house.
Oh, wow.
And
Oh, that's
the
crazy.
interactive things happen in your house as well. So you
Hmm.
can have your own, feels like your own real arcade as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And it
Oh,
has
man.
cassette tapes to change the music and
Oh, wow.
darts board. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
No, that sounds absolutely amazing. Yeah, because like you've obviously, been telling me a lot about it and everything, not in that great detail, but every time I'm just like, fuck, man, this really sounds so cool. Yeah, like way cooler than the PlayStation VR, that's for sure.
And
But
there's
no,
lots more games in the Meta store than
right, right.
in the PlayStation store. So
Yeah, yeah,
there's a lot there for
yeah.
VR.
But no, I'm like, yeah, it speaks volumes that you used up the entire voucher in one night. Like, that's awesome. Uh,
I'm not good. Well, because it's new, so I've just got
mhm.
so many things in my wish list that I
Yeah.
just couldn't
No,
resist
that's good. That's
spending.
I'm very, very happy. I love the sound that yeah, that you went through the whole lot. So yeah. Um since we last met here in the virtual podcast world, yeah, it's been a little bit of an eventful time for me. So well the biggest thing that's happened is our kids turned 1 year old recently, which is just still
It's gone fast.
it's gone so fast. Like everybody who warned us, like, blink and you'll miss it, like they were absolutely right. Yeah, it goes so goddamn fast. But so the day after their actual birthday, so Harper, my daughter, she's been giving us hints that she's gonna walk soon. Like, she's been doing this thing where she'll hang on to the coffee table or whatever, and then like take a two or three quick steps and sort of fall onto our legs or whatever. She just decided she got up and walked. We were in the kitchen. She was holding on to someone and then let go. And then all of a sudden, she's just walking along, and both Kylie and I were like, "You've got to be kidding me!" Like I just can't even put into words, what it was like. We were both crying our eyes out. We were so proud of her. And ever since then, like every day, she's just walking around everywhere now. Last night, we went to some friends for dinner, and we always bring the kids over there. And yeah, Harper's walking around their house, like, and at one point, like, she went over and picked up her mum's shoes, which were Crocs, by the way. And she just walks back into the living room like with a shoe in each hand, just for no reason. She just wanted them. And it's just, oh my God, it is hilariously funny, watching the things that she's doing now. Lex, our son, he's nearly there. He took about 5 steps last night before he fell over, but yeah, we reckon any day now he's going to be up and walking as well. So yeah, but the kids had their birthday party on the 24th, so a week ago on no, yeah, a bit over a week ago on Saturday, which was amazing. Like, my God, you would not believe the amount of presents they got from people. We got a pool table here at our house. The entire thing was covered in presents. Like, oh man, it was insane. So yeah, that was amazing. But throughout the day, I was walking with a bit of a limp. I had a sore foot because the week before I had cut my foot going to check the mail. And I just thought nothing of it. I, just wiped it off, like, cleaned it up and thought, okay, yep, just go about my day. But for a couple of days after that, like it was still a bit sore, and I was like, this is really weird. Like I thought it would have healed by now, but we'll just keep an eye on it. So then, yeah, that weekend, like it was really bad. And that Saturday, the day of the party, like I woke up and I had really bad abdominal chills. When you're getting the flu and you have like, the chills really badly. And I had that. And then by the afternoon or sort of late afternoon, like it turned into a full-on shivering attack. Like I was trying to take a photo of some friends with the kids. And I'm literally standing there like this. Like it was so bad. And I thought, on top of everything, I'm getting a flu. Woke up the next day, I felt fine. But my foot, I noticed the top of it had this red line going in kind of a curved shape, which I sort of thought,
Mm.
that seems like a vein or something. And then I noticed that my entire ankle, actually pretty much going halfway up my calf of my leg, was red. I was like, yeah, I need to go see a doctor about that because I don't think that's going away anytime soon. So I went and saw the doctor. She audibly gasped and put her hand over her mouth as soon as she saw my foot. I was like, oh, is it that bad? Because I walked in, I'm just making jokes about my foot, and she just gasped. I was like, oh my God, that's terrible. I was like, oh, we're not making jokes. And then, yeah, it turned into a really weird series of events. She sent me immediately to hospital, which I hadn't been to hospital for myself in about 20 years. I hadn't had an operation since I was 12. And yeah, they're checking me out. The next thing, I'm getting an IV drip with antibiotics. I'm getting x-rays and ultrasounds and all sorts of things going on. And then they're telling me I'm staying overnight because they need to operate on my foot to get whatever it is out of my foot and stuff. And like all this stuff happened. So, um, yeah, I had a thing called cellulitis, which I'd never really heard of up until now. And I'm putting this out as a warning to people, because yeah, it can actually kill you, I found out. And I'm very glad that I got everything sorted out. But yeah, so at the moment I'm kind of hobbling around on a very heavily bandaged foot, but yeah, it's healing well. But it was just so weird, like I thought I was going to the doctor to get a round of antibiotic pills or something, and then I'd come home and get back to work and everything would be fine. And then, yeah, next thing, this all happened, and I got ordered to take the entire week off work and stuff. And yeah, man, it turned into a really big thing. But I'm glad that I'm okay for tonight because Kylie and I are, my wife Kylie, we're heading to Brisbane tonight to see a seminar about serial killers. It's
Oh,
this tour going around Australia at the moment where there's a criminal psychologist from America, and yeah, it's basically an hour and a half kind of seminar on like yeah the minds of serial killers and why they do things and why we're so fascinated by them and stuff. So yeah, that was given to Kylie as a Mother's Day present. So yeah, really looking forward to that tonight. So yeah. Um, so yeah, it's been eventful to say the least.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, but it has given me some time to watch some movies because I've actually got a few to talk about this time. But yeah, you've no
Yeah.
doubt got more than I do, so I think you should kick off this this thing about what we've been watching.
Well, I have two that I can put together since we
Hmm.
have gone this amount of time in between.
Hmm.
I recently was purchasing some things from Arrow. They were having a sale on their 4Ks,
Hmm.
and I saw that they had The Cell,
Yeah, right.
which I hadn't seen. I didn't talk about this last time, did I?
Nope.
Okay,
No,
good.
definitely not.
Sometimes I'd like message you things and then I can't remember later if I just was like talking to you in chat or on the
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. No,
Okay.
definitely not.
So I haven't seen The Cell since I was a teenager, and
Hmm.
so that was quite a while ago.
No.
And so I couldn't remember a lot about it, just that
Mm.
I really enjoyed it. So I was
Mm.
like, do I want to add this to my order and get it now? Because, I'm not going to be ordering again for ages and it's on sale. So,
Hmm.
it's cheaper. So I ended up buying it and hoping that it would still be good.
Yep.
And it is still
Oh
really
yeah.
good.
Such a great film, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
visually and in terms of the actual story, like the race against time, everything
Mm.
about that film I just love.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a really cool thing. Basically, there's a serial killer that abducts women and puts them in a tank that fills with water over
Mm.
time, and then oh God, it's been so long since I watched it. Basically, there's a woman that's there that they are trying to find, and something happened to the serial killer. He has something that kind of made him catatonic, pretty much.
Mm.
And Jennifer Lopez is a woman who uses this new technology to go into the minds of, it was a small boy in this case, to talk to him in his mind to try and like deal with his trauma so that
Mm.
he'll like come out of this coma that he's been in. And so they recruit her to go into the serial killer's mind to try and figure out where this girl is, and also has Vince Vaughn as
Mm.
the one of the FBI guys that are looking for her. And then There's the whole thing of when you go into someone's mind, you've got to make sure you don't forget that it's not real because
Mm.
it feels real.
Hmm.
Speaking of VR earlier.
Yeah, 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 exactly. I was just thinking that.
And yeah, so it's really interesting, some great visuals
Oh yeah.
that just so good to look at. But yeah,
Mm.
also I think the story doesn't like completely blow you away, but it's really interesting and really good.
Mm.
So I enjoyed that. And then I'll just connect it with that's directed by, is it Tarsan Singh?
Yep.
His
I think
name?
I think I only own that movie on DVD as well. That's one movie that I've been really keen to upgrade to Blu-ray because yeah, mainly
Yeah.
because of the visuals. Like it's
Mm.
such a stunning looking film.
So I recently heard about The Fall, which is another one of his movies, which I don't remember hearing about.
Mm.
But I saw visuals from it, and that also looked amazing. So I
Hmm.
was desperate to see it, and it was nowhere. So
Oh.
I like added it to my watch list and thought, oh, one day I'll see it somehow.
Hmm.
But Umbrella got the rights to release it digitally and a 4K release. So well, last month now in May, it suddenly I got a notification it was available because they had made it available
Hmm.
for I think Australia and New Zealand. And so I could watch it. So I rented it
Cool.
and I watched it and so good. So, so
Hmm.
good.
Right.
It's like a story within a movie. And I thought that the bulk of it, I thought it would be like, those kind of movies where they have like a setup and then the rest of the movie is the story and then
Hmm.
there's just a little wrap up at the end. But this actually goes in between the story and reality constantly, and what's happening in reality changes the story and everything. So
Right, right.
in the beginning, I was worried it would be disappointing because it just didn't grab me instantly. And
Hmm.
the real world stuff was a lot more interesting than the story stuff.
Mm.
But yeah, like I said, once they start intertwining and things, you're finding out things and they're connecting to the story and what's happening. And yeah, I got really into it. And
Cool.
like the second half gets really full on, like it's building, the stuff's happening. And yeah, I cried a lot in
Oh.
the last part because it just really like from thinking, oh, I'm not really connecting with this, though it looks really beautiful. And then,
Mm.
yeah, I ended up connecting with it so much in the
Hmm.
end, like a lot of people do. Except what's interesting, Fraser Jubb also saw it, I think recently. I don't know. I read his review anyway after I watched it. And he had the opposite experience to me, that he really liked the beginning,
Mm.
thought that the second half was less good, and then
Hmm.
the last 30 minutes lost him. And
Oh,
my
okay.
review was like, yeah, I wasn't really into it at the beginning, but the second
Yeah.
half was really good, and the last 30 minutes were stunning. And so it was
Right,
just
right.
really funny that we had both like, what's the word? Like
Mm.
that last 30 minutes. We'd
Yeah.
singled it out in our reviews, but
Yeah.
for
So
the
you're kind
opposite
of like
reasons.
you're kind of like the anti-Fraser uh in a way. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, that was really good. So of course I had to go buy the 4K that Umbrella put out, which I have here. It has like I don't care about slip covers.
Mm.
Um, if it has one, that's cool, but I wouldn't like places sell slip covers on their own because
Oh
people
wow.
want to buy the slip
Yeah,
covers
right.
for the releases,
Nah.
which is yeah.
It's what's
But
inside
yeah,
that counts.
the one for the fall is
Ooh, that
really
looks
pretty.
interesting. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, and then it has just the normal
Hmm.
movie poster. But yeah, so I haven't had a chance yet, but I'm really looking forward to getting into the special features because it has
Hmm.
commentary with the director and then commentary with Lee Pace, who oh,
Mm.
he's so beautiful in this. He's like really good looking. It's
Yeah,
really
right.
interesting. And the co-writer, and then there's a whole bunch of like interviews and making of things and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I am looking forward to getting into that
Mm.
because yeah, I just keep thinking about the movie. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
really
yeah.
glad that Umbrella made it available to us here to be able to see it. So
Mm. Yeah,
mm,
definitely. All right, well, I'm going to kick my thing up. I'm going to wrap three films up in one because Kylie and I we rewatched the Final Destination series,
Oh,
and
I watched them too, so I can join
all
you
right,
on
let's jump in.
this.
So when we last left off, we had watched the first one, which I still think is brilliant. Of course, we did that for our main movie. Then the second one, which I went into thinking, hang on, I don't really remember much of that film. And yeah, then watching it, I was kind of like, that's why, because it's kind of forgettable. So we did Final Destination 3, The Final Destination, and Final Destination 5 over a course of 3 nights. And yeah, 5 I remembered quite a lot of, especially like the kill scenes and everything. 3 and 4 I didn't remember so much. And yeah, I didn't really like those films. There's a reason why I keep forgetting them. Even now, the third one. I know it had the roller coaster, which was okay at the start. I don't remember much more. Oh, that was the one where they tried to do something a bit different by putting in that thing of predicting how people were going to die, wasn't it, with the photographs? Yeah, so there
Yeah.
was that element. I didn't think that worked for me personally. And then the fourth one, I just kind of thought it was more of the same, like they just didn't do anything to breathe fresh life into this franchise until the fifth one. And I was kind of interested. I was like, okay, so what is it about this fifth one that they did so well? And I think it's because, they took a lot of time at the start of the film to introduce the characters and let us get to know them and like rather than just focusing on the sensationalism of the gore and everything, or the spectacle of the disaster scene. Yeah, we got to know the people first and foremost, and that made it instantly more entertaining. And then, of course, like the bridge sequence is just, I, I'm torn between which one I like more, the airplane in the first one or the bridge in number 5 in terms of
It's airplane
awesomeness.
for me. I think there's something about airplane scenes that
Mm.
just really get me for
Oh
how scary
yeah.
they are.
But that bridge scene was just dazzling. It was just like, oh my God, it's so good. And yeah, even though it then kind of, I guess it sort of, followed the same formula, but at that point, yeah, because I think because we knew the people more, like, yeah, it just made it a better journey for me. And
It
also,
did do something different there
which was that?
with the sort of murder thing.
Yeah, 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 that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean that was okay. But I thought the dialogue as well. I thought it was just a cracking script, that's the thing. Like, if you've got something that is doing the same thing, at least, make it entertaining with cool dialogue and stuff. And so there was a lot of really good dialogue in the film. And yeah, no, yeah, absolutely enjoyed it like as much as I have on previous times. But yeah, between the first one and the fifth one, like, oh man, yeah, they're to me just very, it's a filler franchise. Um,
Well, I enjoy this franchise more than you, so
mhm,
I had a pretty good time revisiting them. The fourth
cool.
one obviously is not good, but
Mm,
the I did quite like the third one. So, but
yeah.
I enjoyed all of them mostly, not the fourth
Mm,
one.
yeah.
I thought they were all fine and good enough. So, yeah, and then I went to the cinema and saw Bloodlines
Lucky you.
because um, I was already interested because it's a Final Destination movie, and I was already interested because Richard Harmon's in it.
Hmm.
And then it was getting a lot of hype about being really good and best of the franchise and all of that, which is obviously just movie land hype,
Mm,
because
yeah.
I don't think it's the best in the franchise.
Hmm.
I do think it's really good. It's really interesting. You'll probably like it because there is a focus on a family
Mm,
in this one.
right, right.
And so you do get the whole like family dynamics. between them. And
Hmm.
there's sort of like a main family, and then the main character is a cousin to them. So there's
Hmm.
kind of two families together.
Yeah, right.
And then the whole like premonition thing is
Hmm.
different as well from the other movies because it's set in a different time.
Hmm.
So it's not, yeah, something that all the main
Okay.
characters are in this time.
Right, right.
So yeah, it's fun.
Hmm.
I enjoyed it. I didn't absolutely love it,
Hmm.
but I had fun, and Richard Harmon was really good in it.
Yeah, of
And he
course.
looked really cool because, he's like the tattoo guy, dressed in black and
Hmm.
yeah, has some funny lines and stuff. So
Right, right.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's good.
no, look, I'm probably not going to get a chance to see it on the big screen, but that's probably not so bad. But do you reckon it's a big screen experience movie or
Kind of. I mean, it does have the big disaster thing that happens,
hmm,
which obviously would be good to see on a big screen, but
yeah.
I don't think it has to. It's not like Mission Impossible or something
Yeah,
where,
yeah.
there's going to be a huge difference
Hmm.
not seeing it at the cinema.
Well, when I finally get around to watching it, I will just sit really close to the TV and I'll be like, "Oh, wow, this is so visually amazing." Yeah. My next film that I watched is a movie. I think you've seen it. It was a movie from 1989 called Sea of Love. Um,
Oh, you're talking about that now?
Look, I'm not going to because honestly, like,
Yeah, spoiler
yeah.
alert, we're going to have a whole episode on Sea of Love soon.
So yeah, look, I still don't know if I had seen it in the past. Yeah, but yeah, wow, it's so freaking good. I love that Samuel L. Jackson turned up at the start.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at this guy and I'm like, he looks like Samuel L. Jackson. And then as soon as he started talking, I'm like, oh, that is totally Samuel L. Jackson. Love that whole opening. Oh God, I loved everything about this film.
That was
Yeah.
based on a real thing that happened.
Is that right? Wow,
Mm.
that's interesting. And look, I guess in lieu of going on about how much I loved it, I gave it 4.5 stars. I bought the Blu-ray. I do want to read my review though, because I still love this review. Damn it, all I wanted was a scene where Frank and Helen tied the knot just so I could laugh at her becoming Helen Keller. Because he's Frank Keller and she's Helen. Like, come on, missed opportunity
Yeah.
there. But no, look, everything you said about the film, you were 100% spot on. Yeah, I loved it. So yeah,
I have watched it 3 times now because I
wow.
watched it again recently around
Mm,
the same time you did because
hmm.
I picked up the 4K, which had director commentary that I
Mm.
listened to. And I can probably watch it a fourth time because there is also another commentary on there by,
Yeah.
I think,
Oh wow.
just a couple of film historians or something, I think. So,
Right, right.
yes, I may do that.
And then you got to buy a Laserdisc player so you can watch it on Laserdisc.
And a working video player
I can lend
because
you one of those. I've
I
I've got
um
one of those.
I was very sad when mine died and
Yeah. Although
yeah.
TVs now don't have the red, yellow, and white RCA
I think you
plugs.
can get converters though
Oh, okay, right, right. Oh my God.
yeah.
Wow. Yeah. So anyway, no, I saw it. It's good. Hmm.
Yay. What
Yay.
else have I watched?
I don't know.
Oh, something I forgot because we didn't really go into it after you said we were going to go into it.
Oh.
Um, our new format is going to be weekly episodes about films,
Mm.
and we will have our hangout episode every month
Hmm.
for this general chat. And one of the things that we are going to be doing is a Stallone series where we will be watching a Sylvester Stallone film every month
Hmm.
and talking about it.
Yeah.
And for anyone who listened to our recent Zac Efron, what is it? All roads lead to Zac Efron
Hmm.
episodes with Liam from the UK.
Yep.
He will be joining us for the Stallone series because we wanted to have him back
Oh
and
yeah.
he wanted to come back and do some podcasting regularly. So
Don't
I
know
said,
why.
hey, we are doing a Stallone series. And I could see on Letterboxd that he enjoyed the Rocky movies.
Hmm.
So would he want to come on for that? And he said yes. So
Yay.
Yes, our Stallone series will be starting with the Rocky movies. I think we may have two in 1 month just to get through the five Rocky movies by the end of the year.
Yeah.
So look out for that. But what put that in my mind, is that I recently watched Creed for the first time
Mm,
because I've been meaning to get to it for ages, probably since I last finished the Rocky films.
right.
And I just forgot to, I don't know what happened that I didn't
Mm,
continue. But anyway, I watched Creed and it's amazing. I would put that as maybe the top two of all the Rocky films because I
wow.
love the original film. So
Yeah,
you
yeah, right.
can't
It's
beat that. But yeah, it's
yeah.
very, very good. I was
Yeah, yeah.
surprised that I hadn't really heard anything about it. So I
Mm,
wasn't, it's a boxing movie. Still,
yeah.
even though I watched the Rocky movies and that, I still just have this thing in my head of, oh, it's a boxing movie.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, I really loved Creed, but also seeing Stallone in that as Rocky. There's one particular scene, I'll just say the point that the movie just fully got me, and I
Hmm.
had to get a tissue, and just really kept me for the rest of the film. I'll just say this jail scene and what happens there just really just got me. And
Right,
yeah,
right.
but also that made me think, oh yeah, I haven't watched any Stallone movies in a while, and I
Hmm.
had my project and everything, and just seeing him in that film, I was like, oh, I got to get back into that.
Mm.
And so that made me think of rewatching all the Rocky films. Oh yeah, because I saw that Creed 2 has returning characters from the Rocky films, so I thought I've only seen the sequels once, so I should
Mm.
just watch the whole series again. So that's
Yeah,
what
absolutely.
brought up that idea. And I
Hmm.
will just quickly say that also did make me watch two more Stallone films recently that I had not seen before.
Hmm.
One was Death Race 2000,
Yep.
which is one of his early roles, and it's a Roger Corman film, and
Hmm.
he is Machine Gun Joe or something. I can't remember. It's
That'll
been a
do.
while. He's
Yeah.
something Joe. I have to look that up. I feel like that's
Something
is
Joe.
that. I don't want to be really wrong about that. I,
Oh.
it's
Well,
something
I'll
like
just
that.
while you're looking that
If
up,
it's not that.
I will point out that I actually scored that movie free on the cover of a short-lived magazine that came out in Australia called What DVD. This is how far back it was. It was like way before Blu-ray, and occasionally they gave a free movie on the front cover. And yeah, so I actually have that one. I'm pretty sure I watched it like a million years ago, but I yeah don't really
It's
remember it.
he is Machine Gun Joe. He's the
Machine Gun Joe.
villain,
Mm-hmm.
and he's so fun in this. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's all very over the top and silly. It's about like in the future because this
Mm-hmm.
was made in 75. I will
Mm-hmm.
just say it's not made by Roger Corman, but he's connected. It was directed by Paul Bartel.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's basically they have a race across the country, and if they get points for knocking people down, like killing random people,
Yeah.
which of course was one of the reasons I was curious to watch it. But it's all very silly, fun. But yes, definitely. Like I wish Stallone had played more like
Mm.
villains because
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it was really fun. He was really fun in this. So I
Hmm.
watched that, and then I watched Demolition Man, which I don't know
So
how I
good.
have not seen that
Me
before, but
neither.
yeah, very cool.
Mm.
Sandra Bullock is so adorable in this. She's
Yeah.
very, very like, what's the word? Just like very happy and
Mm.
energetic and excited about. She's obsessed. Yeah. Okay. It's the cop and a criminal get frozen in time because the criminal sets up the cop. So he somehow just gets fully charged and sent to this prison where they're frozen in time. And
Hmm.
then when they get, oh, the criminal gets out, which is Wesley Snipes, and he escapes. And in this future time, there's no crime anymore.
Mm.
And so the cops don't know how to deal with it. So then they have to get Stallone out because he's the cop who was chasing him before. And so they need an old-fashioned cop to find him. And then Sandra Bullock's character is obsessed with the 90s. And
Mm.
so she's like really excited. And yeah, it's just fun. Like I would never have thought of putting Stallone and Sandra Bullock together.
Right,
but
right.
it kind of works.
Oh, it works. Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
a
That
it's a bit
film was
weird.
huge when it came out.
The romantic stuff's a bit weird. Like I
Mm.
don't know about them together like that, but as a duo of like cops hunting this killer, it was really
Hmm.
well. There's a really fun sex scene in this of how they have sex in the future, which was very
That's right.
Barbarella.
Yeah.
But tell you what though, if you thought that was funny, yeah, it's got nothing on Barbarella's sex
Right.
scene.
I haven't seen that.
That
Yeah.
I saw that in a cinema and it just the whole
Mm.
cinema was cracking up at it. But yeah, you have to watch Barbarella one day.
Right, right.
But yeah, so I
Um,
love Demolition Man. I ended up getting the Arrow 4K because
mhm.
I enjoyed it that much. So
Cool.
yes, I'm on my Stallone project part two, and
Yay.
it's going to be slow now. We have the Stallone series, but
Mm.
I'll be watching a few other ones along the way because if they become part of the Stallone series, it'll be so many months till
Hmm.
we get there because I mean it's just Rocky for the rest of the year. So it's at
Yeah,
least 6 months before we would talk about anything else. And we're probably
yeah.
going to go into Rambo after Rocky because I've only seen the first one. So
Wow.
I have a lot
Oh,
of
that'll be
new films
interesting.
to see. So I thought it'd be fun to watch them with you and Liam.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God. Wait till you get to, what was it, the fourth one? There's like one of the most ultra-violent films you could ever imagine, to the point where it's almost comical. Yeah, yeah. It's a mixed bag, the Rambo films, but no, I'll be looking forward to getting back into those. Well, my next one, so Kylie has a list of movies that she wanted me to see, and one of them was Blind Date from 1987, which has Kim Basinger and Bruce Willis in it. Um, and yeah, it was pretty good. It had some questionable kind of stuff though. So the plot when Bachelor Walter Davis is set up with his sister-in-law's pretty cousin Nadia Gates, a seemingly average blind date turns into a chaotic night on the town. Walter's brother Ted tells him not to let Nadia drink alcohol, but he dismisses the warning and her behavior gets increasingly wild. Walter and Nadia's numerous incidents are made even worse as her former lover David relentlessly follows them around town. Have you seen this film?
I have not.
You have not. Um, yeah, I don't know, it was very much a 1987 film, just in terms of like the look of it, like the questionable nature of how, Bruce Willis is told like, don't give her alcohol because, she gets out of control. And he's like, okay, no, I won't. Pour, here you go, have some drinks. And,
Mm.
so yeah, she just suddenly turns into this absolute freaking maniac. Um, but you kind of you're meant to sort of have sympathy for Willis's character, but it's like, dude, you got yourself into this mess, you
Mm.
know. I thought had a bit of a missed opportunity though, because there's a scene that I loved where they're in this restaurant and his boss or whatever is over at a table trying to, suck up to this big Japanese corporate businessman and stuff. And the Japanese guy's got a wife who is very, very subservient, and of course, when Nadia is, totally out of control and she just goes over and, starts causing havoc and trying to tell his wife, like, be free and all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, I love characters like that, in movies that are just screw convention and, live your life your own way and everything. But yeah, they just kind of like hinted at it in this scene and then moved on. And it was sort of like, man, they could have done a lot more about this, about that throughout the film. But yeah, but Bruce Willis is, I mean, this was back when he was like just at his absolute peak, like, a year before Die Hard. And so, yeah, he was really cool. But yeah, had a few other, so yeah, John Larroquette is in it. Phil Hartman was in it as well. Had a few other funny people, but yeah, like it was entertaining enough. Yeah. Um, But no, look, I actually will kind of tie it into my next one. I'm gonna hijack this bit because it was by the same director, funnily enough. So the next movie she got me to watch was from 1991, a movie called Switch, with Jimmy Smits and Alan Barkin is in it. So I was kind of like, oh, okay, like this will be interesting, like Sea of Love, etc. And yeah, it turns out it was by the same director, Blake Edwards. This one didn't hit for me as much, though. Steve Brooks, a sexist womanizer, is killed by a group of his angry former lovers. In heaven, he makes a bargain with God for redemption and agrees to return to Earth. Once there, he must have a sincere relationship with a female and make her fall in love with him. If not, Steve's soul will become the property of the devil. But the devil hedges his bet, and Steve is reincarnated as a woman named Amanda Brooks. Full points to Ellen Barkin for playing the role of a guy in this. Like, she did so freaking well. But yeah, overall, it really missed the mark. When you hear about a plot like that, womanizer coming back as a woman, like, how can you go wrong? But yeah, they kind of did go wrong. And then there was this whole weird thing. So Jimmy Smits played the best friend of this character. Um, and there was this whole thing where like he kind of date rapes her and gets her pregnant and and all this sort of weird stuff.
Hmm.
And it's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about that. Like yeah, that was a bit weird. So out of those two, I'd say Blind Date was probably the better of the two. But yeah, Switch is definitely worth watching. If anything, just for Ellen Barkin's performance
Yeah, I am
as a
intrigued
guy.
about that. I'm sad that it's not good because,
Mm,
yeah, it's the movie she made after Sea of Love, and so like I'm really interested in that, and I loved
mm,
that whole body switch thing. So
mm.
yeah,
Look,
it
you
sounds
might
really cool.
enjoy it a lot more than I do, or
I
I
don't know.
did, I
It
should say.
seems kind of there's a lot of reviews that seem similar to yours.
Well,
So
that's the thing. Yeah, when I looked at a lot of the reviews on Letterboxd, I was like, oh my God, I agree with that person. I agree with that person, that person, that person. Like, yeah, there's a lot of things that people said that I
I'll
was kind
see.
of like, yeah,
I will
I
maybe
agree.
look for some other Ellen Barkin movies from around that time
Mm,
first, and
yeah,
maybe one day I'll
yeah,
watch that
yeah.
one.
But
We shall
anyway,
see.
we shall see
Yeah.
indeed. All right, what else you got?
Hmm. Well, I watched another Pacino movie. I
Really?
find I'm at the well, I did watch another one, which I'm just not gonna mention because it was good,
Mm,
but not, one of the best. But
mm,
um I'm at the stage now where I'm already starting to think, oh, do I want to get through them all so quickly, even though I still have quite a few to watch, obviously.
mm,
But I'm running out of one. I need to watch more recent movies because I want to save some of the earlier,
mm,
like, ones for later instead of
mm.
just being left with all the recent ones
Yeah, of
because
course.
the generally they seem to not be favored so much as some of
Mm,
the earlier ones. But I finally watched Scent of a Woman, which
mm,
surprised me because I know there's a lot of talk about him winning the Oscar for that, and I know people mean it as in he had other roles that he should have won an Oscar for. But
mm.
in my head, it just always seems like people are knocking this movie. So I was expecting that maybe it wasn't like such a good movie.
Right, right.
And turns out it's a really good movie.
Oh yeah, it is a
So,
really good movie. Yeah.
so yeah, I have been like really trying not to watch it again because I have
Mm,
so many other movies, but I just really want to watch it again.
hmm
Yeah, it's so fun. So he plays this blind man who he lost his sight in a army incident, and then Chris O'Donnell is a student who needs a job for summer to get some money, or not summer, like Thanksgiving weekend.
hmm
And so he is basically going to be babysitting Pacino's character while, because he lives in a granny flat at his daughter's place
hmm
and the family are going away, so they want someone around for him. And instead, he's like, hey, we're going to New York for the weekend. And then it's just this crazy adventure movie of I should be looking up people's names. Um,
Gabrielle Anwar?
no,
Oh, okay. Because I remember
but
she was in
that's
it.
not a character name anyway.
Oh, right.
That's the actress.
Yeah.
So Chris O'Donnell is Charlie. That's right.
Right.
Charlie, and Pacino is Frank. Another
Hmm.
Frank. Do you know?
Yeah.
It's like
No wonder he's so into him.
he's no, but also Sea of Love is Frank. There's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
all these Franks.
Hmm.
So yeah, uh, Charlie's got to deal with Frank, and it's just one of those movies that I kind of love characters that are just kind of jerks, and but it's like in a I don't know. Sometimes they annoy you, like Sean
Mm.
Penn in Carlito's Way,
Mm.
but other times it's just kind of fun to watch. And I always found there was something about him. There's certain moments that happened that I kind of felt sorry for him, even though like he was being a jerk. I still
Mm.
kind of felt it when people were being jerks to him as well.
Right,
And
right.
then
Yeah.
yeah, you find it's one of those movies you find out stuff as it goes along,
Mm.
and it just builds up to a pretty cool ending. Also has Philip Seymour Hoffman in, and I don't
Yep.
think I've seen him so young before.
Oh, okay, right.
So he's one of the other students because there's a whole thing at the school. There's this prank that gets played on the principal guy, and basically there's going to be a disciplinary meeting after the
Mm.
weekend. To because Charlie and Philip Seymour Hoffman and the other guy are kind of brought in. The principal knows, they know about it, but they're not
Hmm.
talking. So there's this big meeting. So, Charlie's got that he's worried about all weekend, as well
Hmm.
as dealing with Frank. But
Sure,
yes,
right.
love this movie so much. I just want to watch it again
Mm.
already, and
Yeah,
maybe
it's
I will soon.
been quite a while since I've seen that one. But no, I do remember enjoying that quite a lot.
And Viavision have this special edition Blu-ray, which
Right.
seems to just mean it has a slipcover.
Hmm.
Because there's no special features to
Mm.
my great sadness. And I even looked inside the slipcover because I'd bought that
Hmm.
triple pack, remember, that had the
Hmm.
two like portraits
Yeah,
in?
yeah.
This one doesn't have that. There's nothing. Like, what's the point?
And I love how the slip cover just has the exact same image as the
Yeah.
cover anyway. Like, if you're going to do a slip cover, do something creative with
Yeah, and
it.
so they call it like a collector's edition or special edition or something. And
Yeah.
so yeah, it's disappointing, but I did have it in the triple pack and I wanted it to have its own spot on the shelf because I
Hmm.
loved it so much. So
Yeah, fair
I don't
enough.
mind. And it meant that I gave the triple pack to my parents to watch because it has that and
Hmm.
Sea of Love,
Yeah.
and Manglehorn, which is not up to the level of the other two, but still good
Mm.
enough. So I was able to give that to them, but I can
Hmm.
still watch Scent of a Woman and I can still
Cool.
watch Sea of Love because I've got the 4K.
Yeah,
So
yeah. And the
I don't
Laserdisc.
have to miss out.
Um, so the final one that I'm going to talk about now, look, I know this is a platform for talking about movies that like really wowed us, but um, yeah,
Well, it doesn't have to be for
yeah,
this
good,
part.
because here we go. So one of my most favorite musical acts in the history of music is the industrial metal band Ministry, which was led by a guy called Al Jurgensen, who, yeah, is kind of considered one of the sort of godfathers of industrial metal. And I always knew that the dude was a little bit of a weirdo, but like I've seen some interviews with him and he sort of has a very sort of left-wing political view, and he seems very sensible about things. And I thought he was pretty cool. So I only just found out, just not long ago, that back in 2011 there was a documentary released about the band called Fix, the Ministry movie. Straight away, I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, oh my God, I need to see this so badly. To the point where I oops, uh, managed to find a digital copy of the film. And yeah, that night I was just like, I've got to watch it right now. Like that's how freaking excited I was. So I put this thing on and thinking to myself, like, oh my God, this is going to be so cool. This is going to like, follow the band, like be sort of about the history of the band, maybe go into some behind the scenes footage of recording some of their, best albums and, all this sort of shit. My God, it is so not that. It is basically from one of their tours in 1995. They just sort of had someone follow them around backstage. And so what you then get is 110 minutes of Al Jurgensen shooting up heroin and fucking a barbecue chicken. Um, that's all I took away from this film. So Al was quite. I found out the other day the dude was addicted to heroin for 20 years. Like, it's no wonder so many people wondered how the hell he was alive. But yeah, so there's like a lot of scenes where he's like, being interviewed and he's just sitting there, like bending his arm up and then just getting the needle and then it goes and like and everything. I'm just like, wow, this is kind of confronting, but
Mm.
yeah, but then there was like a scene backstage where they've got a barbecue chicken and his dick's in it. And that's it. Like, I mean, there was interviews with a few cool people like Trent Reznor, Jonathan Davis, etc. But just basically going on about how great Ministry is, it's like, whatever. Yeah, overall, it was one of the most disappointing things I've ever seen in my life. There is nothing about it that would ever make me want to revisit it. Yeah, it's the kind of thing if you don't know anything about the band and you watch this thing, by the end of it, you're still not going to know anything about the band.
No.
And yeah, that's not at all what I wanted. So yeah, that was probably the biggest disappointment I've had in terms of film watching in quite some time. So yeah,
Mm.
there you go.
Well, what a great place to end things.
Yeah. Was that all you had?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
But that's all
Uh
right because we've got Reelin, so at least
we
we're
do, we
not ending
do. Hang
like
on, we've got what? What is this you're talking about? What are we doing next?
so it's time for Reelin in the Years, which we're
It
going to
is.
keep going,
Yeah.
where we pick a year. It's going backwards each episode. So we're up to 2007, where we just highlight films that are underseen or underappreciated that
Mm-hmm.
you may not know about
Mm.
and can go and watch.
Yep. We
And
we give
2007 is actually a pretty good year for me.
How many
Um,
did you end up with?
well, I've written down a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, some of
How
them are
many is in a
probably
bunch?
probably not that underrated. So
Okay.
um,
Mm-hmm.
maybe like one,
One.
two,
Oh,
three, four, five, six, five or
I
six.
got five. So although one we've talked about in a previous episode, so I'm not going to go too much into it. But yeah. All right. Well, how about you kick off the proceedings then?
Okay.
What do you got?
Well, one of the best ones is because it's directed by Jeff Nichols,
Mm-hmm.
who does great films, and it's called Shotgun Stories.
Oh.
And it's my second favorite film of his, stars Michael Shannon. And it's about these brothers, and it's sort of like a family feud thing because the father left the family to have a new family
Mm-hmm.
and there's just sort of bad blood between them and like the father has just died
Right.
and yeah, there's just a lot of tension between the brothers from one family and the brothers of the other family,
Mm-hmm.
and it just kind of things build as the movie goes, and it's one
Mm-hmm.
of those that yeah, like there's not a lot to say about it, you've just got to like watch it and you know
Okay.
go through it. But yeah, it's a really cool movie, really cool performances. I'd never heard of it until I started looking up Jeff Nichols films after I watched Take Shelter.
Right.
And I think I've watched all of them now. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, very cool film.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I recommend.
Mm-hmm. My first cab off the rank is a film that it turns out you have actually seen, and your review said this movie is ridiculous, but I had so much fun watching it.
Yeah.
And it is a film called The Messengers. And so it stars Kristen Stewart, Dylan McDermott,
I don't
Penelope Ann
even remember
Miller is
that.
in this one, John
Oh,
Corbett. When the
that's why I watched
Solomons,
it.
When the Solomons trade in the craziness of big city life for the quiet of a North Dakota farm, little do they expect the nightmare that follows. Soon after arriving, teenage Jess, played by Kristen Stewart, and her younger brother see terrifying apparitions and endure attacks from a supernatural source. Jess must warn her disbelieving family before it is too late to save them. Now, the reason I'm mentioning this film, no, it wasn't like, yeah, oh my God, this is the best film I've ever seen in 2007 and stuff. It's because of the directors. The directors of this film, the Pang brothers, are a Hong Kong pair of identical twins, Danny and Oxide Pang. Yes, Oxide Pang. How fucking awesome is that name? Back in university when I was doing film school, I actually we had to, I don't know what the subject was. We had to, do like a class project or whatever. And I chose the Pang brothers to do an entire project on because these guys make some of the greatest horror films I've ever seen in my life. And they just have such an incredible style, yeah, so that was the main reason why I jumped. I actually bought the film on DVD back in the day because like I just that was the only way I could see it was to order it from the States. Actually, I think it was like a foreign copy. And yeah, I still remember most of it, but yeah, if anything, like this is just a big chance for me to plug the Pang brothers' work. So, but they're Hong Kong films like The Eye and stuff. Like, yeah, God, they made some fantastic films. So yeah, I was very excited when I found out that this was 2007 because I was like, yeah, I'm going to talk about that one. So there you go.
Hmm.
I talked about it.
I watched it in 2016, I see, and I cannot tell you a single thing about it.
Yeah, right. No, I
I
vaguely remember a few bits and pieces from it, but yeah, it is one that I only ever watched the one time for some strange reason. I'll have to revisit it at some point, but yeah, but no, those two, oh my God, their films are so brilliant. I'm such a huge fan of their work.
hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one is a documentary
Ooh,
called Encounters at the End of the World, which is by Werner Herzog.
right.
And it's him traveling to Antarctica to hang out with people that are there doing research.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the coolest people ever, Clive Oppenheimer, who's a volcanologist.
Mm.
And yeah, he's a character. And so he was really fun to watch. And they actually became friends. And there is another movie that they did together that I can't remember what it's called, but it's focusing on volcanoes.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just really a cool film, and it's,
Mm.
lots of footage of like what they're doing and also all the natural wonders
Mm-hmm.
that you have there. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
right.
very good film.
Okay, sounds cool. Next one I've got is something that is probably the least thing that you would expect from me, but I love this movie so much I once again bought the DVD. And that is Becoming Jane with Anne Hathaway and James McAvoy, Julie Walters, a whole bunch of cool people. And it's essentially a biographical portrait of a pre-fame Jane Austen and her romance with a young Irishman. Right now, you're like, why the hell are you picking this movie? Um, I it has been a very long time since I've seen it, but I will always remember how much I loved her character in this film. She was just, you know, one of those fiery female characters that you just can't help but absolutely fall in love with. And yeah, it was just, I mean, yeah, it's all about her. But yeah, and the performance by Anne Hathaway was just absolutely amazing. But yeah, it's essentially it was just all about the character. Like there was just so much I loved about it. And yeah, it's one that I'm definitely every time I see it on my shelf, I'm like, I've got to watch that movie again one day because
I
uh
actually have not seen this, and I
right,
need to
right.
see it. And I also
It's
am
streaming on a lot of places.
looking forward to James McAvoy in
Hmm.
period costume. I do
Mm.
love seeing actors in period costumes.
Hmm. Yeah, no,
They're
the production design was absolutely
mm.
extraordinary. Like, yeah, no, there was a lot that I loved about the film, but yeah, as a character-driven film, oh God, she was so good. I actually sort of think maybe I might have gone to the movies to see it for some reason. Um, I think I had an ex-girlfriend at the time who was becoming like she was an aspiring author who has actually become like a semi-famous romance novelist. And I think I went with her to see it. If the timing sounds about right. But yeah, no, I absolutely loved the film. It was so freaking good. So yeah, highly recommend that one.
Cool. I have a quick one, which
Hmm.
is quick because I saw it a long time ago, so I
Hmm.
don't remember a huge amount from it now. But
Hmm.
it's called The Living Wake,
Okay.
and I came across this because Jesse Eisenberg is in it,
Right.
and it's a very weird comedy,
Hmm.
um, set in a timeless storybook universe,
Hmm.
apparently. And it's this guy who has one day to live, so he gets his only friend to take him around on a rickshaw and um, just sort of figuring out life and then all like these things one day after another. But he then is going to end the day with a wake for himself.
Oh, okay. Right. Right.
And it's,
That sounds
yeah, I
cool.
just remember it being a really weird movie, but like
Hmm.
in a very good way. I gave it 3.5 stars.
Right. Right.
So,
Hmm.
yes.
Um, God, yeah, with mine, we've just gone from one extreme to the other. So my next one is a another female character-driven film, I guess. Look, this one is the definition of a guilty pleasure. DOA, Dead or Alive, which was kind of based on the video game, which was actually really good. Four beautiful rivals at an invitation-only martial arts tournament join forces against a sinister threat. Princess Kasumi is an aristocratic warrior trained by martial arts masters. Tina Armstrong is a wrestling superstar. Helena Douglas is an athlete with a tragic past. And Christy Allen earns her keep as a thief and assassin for hire. It's a terrible film. It really is, but I love it. Um, it's that kind of terrible that you just can't take your eyes away from it. You know what I mean? It's comedically bad, but it sort of has its heart in the right place in a way. Like I don't know how to describe this film. I think I saw it at the time because I was utterly obsessed with Holly Valance, who is one of the stars. Like Jamie Presley, Holly Valance, Sarah Carter, Devon Aoki, Eric Roberts is in it. Well, he's the main bad guy, so straight away you know that you're in for a shit film. But yeah, look, it's actually I love this at Letterboxd review. I've seen actual pornography that objectified women less than this movie. Decent fights though. It's so true. I tried to justify it at the time because I remember I went to watch it one time and my partner at the time, like she knew I had a thing for Holly Valance, so like I had to try and justify it. I was like, I'm not watching the movie for her. I'm watching it because this movie is just this colossal train wreck that I love so much. But yeah, I don't think she bought it. But anyway, who cares? Yeah, look, if you're after we and there you go. We have people in the room. Um, yeah, look, if you're after a film that is, yeah, everything I just described, check it out. You can't go wrong. I've seen it a few times because it's just so freaking terribly badly goodly awesome. Yeah, and I will watch it again and again and again till the day I die. There you go.
Okay.
Yep.
My next one is maybe not underseen, maybe
Hmm.
underappreciated. Actually, no, never mind. It's not
Just spit it out.
underappreciated either. It's not.
What was it?
Um, Gone Baby Gone,
Oh,
the
okay.
Ben Affleck film,
Yeah.
which got put into my mind recently because it was part of the framed daily
Hmm.
things that you and Nobbins didn't get, but I
Hmm.
did.
Yeah.
And
Property.
yeah, it's just about a 4-year-old girl goes missing, and um, the aunt thinks the cops aren't like doing enough, so they
Hmm.
hire some private detectives to find her.
Hmm.
So Um, yeah, it's a very
Yeah.
good movie.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and that's
Um,
Casey Affleck and Michelle Monaghan are the two
Casey Astronaut. Yeah,
detectives.
cool, right. Uh, well, my second last pick is a film that it just breaks my heart that so few people have actually watched this thing. And that is The Orphanage, which for some reason was listed as an American film on Wikipedia, but it's not. It's in Spanish and stuff. But anyway, a woman brings her family back to her childhood home, which used to be an orphanage, intent on reopening it. Bless you. Before long, her son starts to communicate with a new invisible friend. I don't know what this movie was more tragic or scary. It was produced by Guillermo del Toro, and I will never forget at the time that my first time watching this with my partner, we cried for like 10 minutes after the credits had rolled. Like, it is such a deeply tragic film, but there were some really great moments of horror in it as well. Like the supernatural horror. So yeah, I just can't recommend this film strongly enough. Yeah, it is subtitled, so be prepared for some reading. But yes, that's Chris. Did you want to say hi to the world?
Hello, Will. How's it going?
There you go. Um, so, yeah, no, that one, oh man, yeah, so freaking good. So, yep, definitely check that one out.
Well, my last one is definitely underseen,
Hmm.
and it. I saw someone watched it recently, and I was very excited to see that they watched it and liked it because more people should. It's an Amy Heckerling film,
Hmm.
even, and still, like, I feel like so many people don't know it. Or actually, maybe it's underappreciated too because the rating is lower than it should be. It's called I Could Never Be Your Woman.
Okay.
It's a rom-com and it's Michelle Pfeiffer and Paul Rudd. Like
Oh,
all
right.
these things.
I don't know
Why
this film.
is this
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
exactly?
I've heard of it.
Yeah, so there's also a couple of other clueless people that
Hmm.
turn up in it, but
As in people
it's
from the film Clueless.
yes.
Yeah, not, yeah, anyway,
Well, yeah,
who
Amy
knows?
Heckerling, Paul Rudd. So that connection was already there in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
brain.
yeah.
So Michelle Pfeiffer has a teenage daughter by, oh God, how do you say her name? Saoirse Ronan, is it?
Saoirse Ronan.
Saoirse? I
Hmm.
was close.
Yeah.
So she plays the daughter, and so she's a single mother and she's unlucky in love, and then she meets Paul Rudd's character, Adam, who is a lot younger than her, and then
Hmm.
it's just following them getting together and dealing with um, you know, age difference and all that
Hmm.
kind of thing. And also the daughter is getting interested in a boy. So there's
Right.
stuff with that. But yeah, I love this movie. It's very
Yeah,
fun. So
right.
it definitely needs more people to see it and
Mm.
more people to love it. It only has a 2.8 on Letterboxd.
What?
And that's ridiculous. I gave it 4 stars.
All right,
It's
people, you heard
a
it
cool
here.
movie.
Get on Letterboxd. Even if you haven't seen it, just bombard it with 5-star
No, no,
reviews.
no. We're not into that fake stuff
I
here. It's
know,
like
I'm
people
kidding.
that give bad reviews for like one specific thing and just ignore all the good of the movie because of
Yeah.
one thing.
Or when you've
So,
got like an author who writes a lot of books who like gets all her friends to leave really good reviews on her work, even though they haven't read them. I mean, yeah, things like that. Yeah. Yeah. My final one. So yeah, not going to talk too much about this because we have covered this in a previous episode. But 2007 was the year that Stardust came out, which I still don't think enough people have seen. I gave it 5 stars. You gave it 4 stars. Fraser Jubb, it's on his watch list. What the hell are you doing? Um, Even Michael Ashton gave it 3.5 stars, and I can say it knowing that he won't even listen to this. But yeah, go and seek it. It was one of our earlier episodes. Yeah, but in a countryside town bordering on a magical land, a young man makes a promise to his beloved that he'll retrieve a fallen star by venturing into the magical realm. His journey takes him into a world beyond his wildest dreams and reveals his true identity. And yeah, every time I watch this film, I'm just like, why do I not watch this film like at least once a year? It is just so much fun. It's the fantasy element is just absolutely magical. Great cast, great performances. Robert De Niro, the twist with his character is just still to this day, I think I'm in shock from the first time I saw it in 2007. Yeah, oh my God, to me, this is just one of the most perfect fantasy films. I would actually rate this film above The Princess Bride, which people seem to kind of, slot in as like the greatest fantasy film ever made of that kind of genre. But no, I think this one is absolutely brilliant and yeah, needs to be seen by more people. So there you
I
go.
will just give a mini shout out because 2007 is also the year Northanger Abbey came out.
Hmm.
The version that I absolutely love, and I have started watching on Valentine's Day because I think it's one of the most romantic, swoony films and
Hmm.
um, the best Henry Tilney ever. And
Right.
so, yeah, but I've mentioned it previously on episodes and our episode 0, I think, where we did 10 films to get to know us. So,
Yes.
yes, but
Pardon me. Hmm.
I will just throw, and we
Yeah.
talked about Austen earlier with Becoming James. So,
Absolutely. Hey, it's our podcast. We do what we want. Excellent. All right. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling a bit trivial right now.
hmm. Yeah,
So
movies are done. We'll just finish off with some trivia, and then that's our hangout for
yeah, well, we'll come.
the month.
We'll say goodbye after Nobbins is gone. But yeah. So yeah, we're going to be doing things a little bit differently. But I think to tell us all about it, I think it's time to bring in Mr. Nobbins. And here he is. Speak of the devil. He's all warmed up. He's got less hair. He's fit and raring to go. It is Nobbins. How you doing?
I'm good, thank you, Dan. How are you? How are you, Frankie?
I'm good.
It's good.
Yeah. I
I'm
like
just
what.
happy to be here.
Well, yeah, exactly. You do apologize for the lengthy delay in recording, but it's
It's
just
only been a month since the last one. It's not too
well,
bad.
yes, I know, but anyway, like I've
Hey, at
already
least you just
explained
have
myself.
trivia. I have to remember movies that I watched that
Yeah.
I thought we'd be talking about 2 weeks
I have to
ago.
remember that we do a podcast. I mean, I like woke up this morning. I was like, "What am I going to do today?" Oh, that's right. Yeah. Yeah. So, what's been happening, Nobbin? So, what is the one single most awesome thing that has happened in the previous month since the last time we
Well,
saw you?
I saw Sinners on Friday night,
Hmm.
and it was amazing. It really
Yeah.
was as good as I
Wow.
thought it was going to be, and
Hmm.
I would highly recommend that anybody seek it out while it's still in cinemas because it
Yes.
is worthwhile seeing as a cinema. And
Yeah.
as I know you spend a lot of time in the cinemas these days, I'm sure you'll be rushing out to go see it.
Man, yeah, just why, why would you do that to me? Why would you bring that up? Like we were doing so well. No, there's a few movies out at the moment that
Mm.
I'd like to see, including that one and lots of others. But yeah, anyway,
And
that's
I'm going to
fine.
see Bring Her Back on Monday, which is going to be
Oh, stop it!
great.
Come on, dude. Yeah. No, I am happy for you, you son of a bitch. Really, seriously, that's awesome. But listen, why are you here? What's going on?
Why am I here?
Mm,
Well, because occasionally we get together every now and then on
hmm.
the blue moon,
Mm,
and we do some trivia. And I ask you and Frankie some questions,
hmm.
and occasionally you get some right, and occasionally she gets some right.
Yeah.
And at the end, we have a good time and have a chuckle and head off into the distance.
Only at the end we have a good time, not throughout.
Only after it's over, because
Yeah,
during
yeah.
the while it's on, it's very serious, and everyone's got their poker
That
face
is.
on.
Oh yeah.
And it's all about getting the answers right and getting closer to that 137, at
Mm,
which point that you win in I believe a personal screening of Pulp Fiction with Quentin Tarantino is the current prize.
That is it. And that is absolutely it. And you forgot to mention, of course, throughout the episode about how some people just, complain about the lag and like, no, I got in first and stuff like, yeah. But anyway, I thought,
I didn't forget that. I just thought I'd let sleeping dogs lie. But
wolf.
apparently you woke them up,
I
and,
did.
and now they're barking.
Barkins is barking.
Yeah.
And of course, being that we have like revamped our format and
Mm,
everything, we're not doing the usual 10 questions, are we?
it's very exciting times. Yes.
God, now,
Yes.
ooh,
So we're going to do 20 questions this week or this month or um,
Yes,
this
this
show.
month.
yeah.
Yes, this show.
It will be monthly.
Monthly. Yeah. So every
Yes.
month we'll get the full quota of 20 questions rather than the fortnightly quota of 10, which means that you'll be down about point 0.5 of a question because there's more than uh, two fortnights in a month. So there'll be actually less trivia per month than there was before.
Oh boy.
So,
You
That's
know what, Nobbins? If you want to do all the maths, I'm fine with extra questions sometimes, so we
yeah.
still get the same
So
quota.
this
yeah,
month
look,
we've got
I've got no problem with that either.
this month
Yeah.
we've got 20 questions and 0.25 of another question.
Yeah, at the end of it, it's like, which actor starred Anne? Okay, moving on.
To be
Yeah.
continued.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Now we don't know anything about if you've got a particular theme. We don't know.
Hmm.
We don't know anything really. We're just
No,
here,
no.
and we don't know what our buzzer words are. You've got to tell us, Nobbins. Inform us with knowledge. Nobbins knowledge.
Nobbins Knowledge. Yes, so this month we're going with the theme of movie misquotes. So these are iconic
Ah,
quotes that are not the quote that people think that they are.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 10 quotes,
Mm-hmm.
and for each quote, I'm going to read out the misquote
Mm-hmm.
and then three multiple choice options of what the actual quote is.
Mm-hmm.
After that, there'll be a trivia question on the movie that the quote is from,
Ooh, I like it. Oh, this is
which
wow. No wonder you've been so excited.
and there'll be four multiple choice answers for the trivia question.
Three
And
multiple choice for the quote, four for the trivia. Yeah, okay, come on. This
exactly.
is yeah.
Yep.
I have been listening, believe it or not.
Which I can't believe it myself, and I am
Me
here.
neither, to be honest. Yeah.
So that gives us the 20 for
Mm.
today. So yeah,
Yeah, it does.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. Let's not waste time. Let's get
this is a
stuck into
Dan
it.
round
Yeah, I
Well,
know. That's why
yeah.
I'm just
So
like, oh, I love this.
because I have a terrible memory.
Yeah.
last round was a Frankie round. That was the Al Pacino round, which he
Yeah.
won
A
7-1.
landslide victory.
So
Yeah.
yeah, and
Okay.
currently Frankie, you're in the lead overall with a
Mm.
score of 39
Hmm.
cumulative points, and Dan, you've got 35. So
I
got
got some catching up to
some
do.
work to do
And
today.
now is my chance.
Indeed. All right, shall we jump into it with
We shall.
question one?
Hmm.
Question one, the misquote is, "Play it again, Sam." So the actual answers might be, Sam,
Oh,
play.
wait, hang on. What are our buzzwords?
Oh, yes, very good. You can be Miss Dan,
Hmm.
and Frankie, you can be quote.
Hmm. Okay,
Got
please
it?
continue.
Excellent. All right, so "Play it again, Sam" is the
Hmm.
misquote here. So the real one could be, Sam, play as time goes by one more time, or play it again, Sam, play as time goes by. Or if you played it for her, you can play it for me, Sam.
Oh, miss.
Yes, Dan.
I'm going to go with option C because I don't think they mentioned the name of the song.
No.
Oh, hang on, that one did mention the name of the
Okay,
song.
I will go with B.
B is correct. Play it again, Sam. Play as time goes by.
Okay. Well, oh wow, this is off to a shaky start.
So in the film Casablanca, which this quote is obviously from,
Hmm.
what is the name?
Obviously.
obviously. What is the name of the cafe owned by Rick Blaine?
Miss
Yes, Dan.
Rick's Cafe American.
It is correct.
Yeah.
Excellent. So
Good
split the
save.
points. Well done.
Yay. Nice save, David.
Next one. The quote is from a movie that Dan has never seen before. So this is going to be quite difficult for you.
Well, last question was one I haven't seen before.
Oh,
You haven't seen Casablanca? Wow. It
It's
is
on
an
my list of
excellent
massive
movie.
movies I haven't seen yet, but there's so much hype around it, it scares me.
Yeah, and you know I don't like old movies, but that's a
Mm.
very good movie.
mm.
Yeah, so this movie that you've never seen before, the
Yep.
quote is, "Luke, I am your
Miss,
father." Yes, Dan,
no, I am your father.
correct.
Yeah. And I was waiting for this one to come up. And even when you were, introducing it with, oh, you've never seen this, I was like, yeah, here comes the Empire question.
From The Empire Strikes Back, to maintain secrecy around the film's biggest twist, which is
Mhm.
obviously Darth Vader being Luke's father, spoiler.
Oh, man.
What measures were reportedly taken during filming to protect that secret? Was it A, only George Lucas, Irvin Kershner, and Mark Hamill knew what the actual line was before the premiere? B, a false line was written in most scripts, and David Prowse delivered this false line on set. C, the scene was filmed on a completely closed set with no crew present except the director. Or D, multiple different endings were filmed and the true one was chosen in post-production.
Miss
Yes, Dan.
B.
Correct.
I just wanted to let you say the other ones because you were doing so well, and you
Thank you.
you spent all this time preparing all this stuff, and it'd just be so
It's
rude.
true.
And I also figured there's no way Frankie was going to know it.
Well, I thought Frankie might have jumped in there, and then that would have been funny if she had and just
Oh,
guessed the right one.
it would have, but it didn't happen. So
Didn't
we're
happen.
good.
Yeah,
We're good.
so we're
Yeah.
good. Next one. The misquote is, "Mama always said, life is like a box of chocolates." So the actual quote could be, A, Mama always said, life is kinda like a box of chocolates. Or B, Mama always said, life was like a box of chocolates. Or C, Mama always said, life is a lot like a box of chocolates.
Really? Oh,
Mhm.
wow. Okay, this is news to me.
Quote B.
Yes, B is correct.
Really?
Mm.
What was it? Sorry?
So instead of is, it was. It's all in the tense.
Ah, there
And
you
that's
go.
probably subconsciously in my mind from how much I had to study that damn film at school. But I felt like I was guessing, but who
Yeah,
knows? Who knows?
interesting.
Yeah, all about the tense.
Mm.
So for Forrest Gump, which actor was reportedly offered the role of Forrest Gump before Tom Hanks, but turned it down? A decision he later said he regretted. Was it A, Bill Murray, B, John Travolta, C, Chevy Chase, or D, Kevin Costner?
Oh. Uh,
Quote,
Yes,
I have no idea. Um, John Travolta.
correct.
what? Wow.
Imagine Forrest
You
Gump
know
with John
what?
Travolta in it.
I am.
But then I wouldn't have, like, I still think that I hate Tom Hanks
Hmm.
because of my experience with that movie at school. And then I have to remind myself every time I watch a Tom Hanks movie that I don't hate him.
Mm.
Yes, just hate his son.
So if, why do we hate his son?
We don't, but I thought,
Okay. I thought there
yeah.
was something I didn't know. But yeah, if it was John Travolta, it wouldn't have mattered because I don't hate John Travolta, but I'm not a fan either. So
You
Mm.
might have
it has to
hated him
be a
after
yes.
watching Forrest Gump all that time.
Mm.
But I don't
Good
watch
point.
John Travolta movies as often as Tom Hanks. And Tom Hanks is in The Burbs.
Mm.
That is
I
true.
love The Burbs. So
Yeah.
that's the main thing that makes me remember that I don't hate him. It's just
That
the
is the
plot of that
redeeming
movie.
feature.
All right.
So question 7. The misquote is, "Do you feel lunky, punk?" What is the actual quote? Is it A, You've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? B, feeling lucky today, punk? C, this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world. Feeling lucky, punk?
Uh, what
Quote.
am I? Oh no, I forgot
Yes.
my name.
Yes,
It's
Frankie.
all right. I have no idea, but I'm going to guess A
Correct.
because that sounded the best.
It was indeed.
Yeah, I actually knew what it was, and oh, fuck me. Sitting here, I was about to say quote, and I was like, no, that's not my name. That's not my name. That's not my name. Yeah, okay. I
One
am
job.
Miss. I am
Yep,
Miss. Hmm. Well done,
got that.
Frankie.
So
I
this
don't
is another
remember what movie that's from, though.
from Dirty Harry. So
Yeah.
Oh,
this
okay. I
this is
haven't
a
seen it.
I even knew it. Like when you said it, I was like, yeah, that's the one. But I thought
that's
I'll
one.
do the thing of letting you go through them
Hmm,
and listen to your.
That's your mistake.
That
yeah.
was my mistake. Yeah. I had so much time to think of my name.
So this is another what might have been question. So
Oh.
before Clint Eastwood was cast, there were several other famous actors considered for the role or offered the role. Which of these actors was famously attached to the role but had to drop out due to a hand injury? Was it
Oh.
A, John Wayne, B, Steve McQueen, C, Paul Newman, or D, Frank Sinatra?
Miss.
Yes, Dan.
I'm going to go with Steve McQueen.
You will go and be wrong.
Yeah, okay,
Oh, that's good. I
fine.
was going to go that. So I'll go Newman.
No, it wasn't Newman. It was
Uh,
actually Frank Sinatra,
Wow.
wow.
which would have been an entirely different movie.
Well, it would have been a musical.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Are you feeling lucky? Yeah, anyway.
yep.
Mm. Please
Okay.
continue.
So, question 9. Another misquote. Houston, we have a problem. So the real quote, was it A, Houston, we've got a problem. B, Houston, there's a problem. Or C, Houston, we've had a problem.
Miss.
Yes,
Is it
Dan.
B?
No,
Why not?
because that's not the right answer.
Can it be B?
If you go back in time and rewrite the script, yes.
A.
Hmm.
It wasn't A. No, it was
Oh.
C. Houston, we've had a problem.
Ah.
So once again, it's one of those tense
Hmm.
issues. It's not we
Yeah.
have a
So
problem.
much
It's in
tension.
the past.
Hmm.
So for Apollo 13, which is the movie that quote is from, how did director Ron Howard and the production team primarily achieve the realistic effect of weightlessness for the actors inside the spacecraft? Was it A, using wire work and green screens? B, filming scenes underwater in a large tank? C, flying actors in a modified KC-135 airplane? Or D, employing advanced CGI to manipulate the actors' movements in post-production?
Miss.
Yes, Dan.
I'm gonna go with was B the one flying them in the plane?
No, C was flying in
C.
the
Then I'm
plane.
gonna go C.
Correct. It was
Yeah.
flying in parabolic arcs
Mm-hmm.
in an
Because that's what
airplane
they
they
do.
nicknamed the Vomit Comet.
Yep. Yay.
Okay, another misquote. Mirror,
Hmm.
mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all? So was the correct quote A, show me mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? B, magic mirror on the wall, who is the most beautiful of them all? Or C, magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
Miss.
Yes, Dan.
C.
Yes.
Yeah. Yay.
And that, of course, was from Snow White.
Oh.
Um, the personalities and names of the seven dwarfs went through many iterations.
Mm.
Which of these names was not among those initially considered? A, Awful, B, Biggie,
Biggie Smalls.
C, Grumpy, or D, Jumpy?
Uh, D? No, sorry, Miss
Dismiss.
D?
No.
Ah, really? Hmm. Because yeah,
I'm confused. See?
Yes,
I thought
correct.
there was a
Because,
Grumpy.
There
yeah.
was, but it wasn't in the first round of names
Oh, come
initially
on.
considered.
Uh,
You and your
It was a late
damn trick questions.
adjustment.
I was
Oh,
like, is that a trick question because he's the one that is? So,
yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay.
100%. So there were supposed to be, in the initial thoughts, up to 16 extra dwarfs.
Oh,
So
wow.
like 23 dwarfs, but
Mm.
16 were chopped because their names were considered borderline offensive.
Well, but no,
Yeah.
one of them was named Neil Breen.
No, borderline, not
Oh,
actually
okay,
offensive.
right, gotcha.
Okay, next misquote. Hello, Clarice. Was the actual quote, Good evening, Clarice? Welcome, Clarice. Or It's a pleasure to meet you, Clarice.
Ooh.
Quote.
Uh,
I haven't
Yes,
seen this
Frankie.
movie since the 90s, so I have no idea. I will go with Good Evening.
Good evening, Clarice is correct.
how do you keep doing that? My
Well,
God.
I just, from what I
Wow.
remember of the character, I felt like he would say good evening.
Yeah, you're
And he
quite
did.
quite good at the guessing game.
He's not really a hello sort of guy, is he?
Well, no, not at
No.
all. No.
Okay, so from Silence of the Lambs, what does Dr. Hannibal Lecter famously tell Clarice he ate with fava beans and a nice Chianti?
Miss.
Yes.
Oh, hang on.
Dan.
No, see, I was going to go with the fava beans and the nice Chianti. It was someone's liver.
Yeah, it's close enough. A census taker's liver. Yep.
So yeah, that's well, if you'd asked me for more information, I would have said a census taker, but yeah.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well done.
Sorry, I had to. I know you've got to leave it. Do you want to say what you had written anyway, like just
No.
so we can? Are you sure?
Yeah,
Because you went through all that work, and I
that's fine.
just, yeah, okay, all right.
Next misquote. Greed is good.
Oh, I
Was
haven't
the
seen
act
this.
was the actual quote, greed works and is good? B, the point is, ladies and gentlemen, that greed, for lack of a better word, is good. Or C, let me tell you, greed is very good.
Miss
Yes, Dan,
B just sounds like it should be the answer.
it is.
Yay!
Good job.
I haven't even seen it.
It's an excellent movie, but I haven't seen it since it came
What's the
out.
movie?
Wall Street.
Oh, I haven't seen
Because I
it.
think that was the tagline for the poster, wasn't it? Greed is good, isn't
Yeah,
that? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
So Wall Street was directed by Oliver Stone, and he
Hmm.
had a personal connection to the world of finance that
Oh,
influenced his making of the movie.
oh,
What was this connection? Was it A, he briefly worked as a stockbroker before becoming a filmmaker? B, his father was a stockbroker during the Great Depression? C, he lost a significant amount of money in a stock market crash in the 70s? Or D, his college thesis was on the ethics of financial markets?
miss.
Yes, Dan.
B.
Correct.
Yay! I tried Frankie's approach and just completely guessed it because it sounded like that might be
What was
plausible.
B again?
His father was a stockbroker during the
Oh,
Great Depression.
Yeah.
Okay, this one you've definitely both watched. We're going
Have
to
we though?
need a bigger boat.
Ah,
Was the actual quote
miss.
A? Yes,
You're going to
Dan.
need a bigger boat.
Yes.
Yeah. Easy.
So that famous quote, of course, was from Jaws. So in Jaws, what was the name of that boat?
Miss.
Yes, Dan.
The orca.
Correct.
What other Jaws stuff have I got lying around here right now? The wombats came back from America and brought us lots of Jaws stuff. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was easy.
And the last quote, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore.
Ooh,
So was the actual quote A, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore?
miss.
quote.
Dan just.
Yeah, it's A.
No,
Oh, really?
that is incorrect. So
Ah,
Oh,
let me read out the answers for you, Frankie. A, Toto, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore.
it's not that one.
B, this doesn't look like Kansas, Toto. Or C, Toto, I've got a feeling. Sorry, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore.
see.
Correct.
Oh, I'm glad you just beat me.
Yeah, no, you got in first with that one, surely. Damn it, lag. Where were you when I needed you?
And the last question. Dorothy's iconic ruby slippers are a central part of the film, but in the book, what color were they? Were they A, silver, B, emerald green, C, gold, or D, blue?
Miss.
Yes, Dan.
I'm going to go with emerald green.
No,
No, I am.
no.
I am. I'm going with
Oh,
Silver.
emerald
sorry. You
green.
you can go with emerald green, but Frankie has the right answer. They were in fact silver.
Oh.
Yes, I was so close to going gold,
hmm
but then silver just felt more right.
That's because they were right.
Mm.
Exactly.
All right, well done, everyone.
Thanks.
So at the end of that, Dan, you had 10 points, and
hmm
Frankie, you had 8,
Oh, very good. Well
which
done.
means that the running total, Frankie, you're on 47, and Dan, you're on 45. So that was nowhere near the
Ooh.
Ooh,
blowout that I thought it might be.
No, no, there were
yeah.
yeah, there was a few of those that I was like, oh, wait a minute. I know this is a misquote, but yeah, what is the actual thing? Yeah, anyway. Until we got to Empire Strikes Back and I was just like, oh, come on, just skip to the next one. Give me the points. Let's move on.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So there were two slam dunks for you. There was the Empire Strikes Back ones and
Mm.
Jaws. So,
Mm.
and there was Dirty Harry, which neither of you got the trivia question for,
No.
and Apollo 13, which you didn't get the misquote for.
Mm.
Apart from
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
18 out of questions, 18 out of questions, 18 out of 20 questions answered. Well
Yeah,
done.
wow. Well, that's good. Yeah, well done. All right. Well, thank you very much for that. Thank you for all of your hard work that you put into the twice as many questions. I did like that format. I liked having the thing and then a question based on the film. Like that was you did good, Nobbins. It's what I'm trying to say
Thanks.
right now. You
Thanks, Dan.
did good.
Appreciate your
Um,
kind words as
that's all
always.
right. And yeah, well, I guess we'll see you in a month's time
Indeed.
if all goes according to plan.
I'll be back with 22.17 questions.
Oh yeah, what was the 0.25 or whatever question for today?
What is?
Ah, excellent, excellent. Miss
Yes, Dan.
B.
No.
Ah, damn it. Do I
It
lose a
was,
point now?
yeah, you do. It was actually Q.
Oh, right, right. Oh, wow. Anyway, all right. Well, yes, until we meet again, enjoy your time in the world. Uh, what?
I'm in the
What?
world. Will be
Enjoy
well
the time
spent.
you have left in this world,
Thank you.
Nobbins.
Um,
Um,
so hopefully I'll make it to the next
by the
trivia.
sounds of things, yeah, I don't even know anymore.
I won't
Yeah.
bother writing the trivia questions until just before the show, just in case I.
No, do it as we're recording. Like you may as well just like, start writing questions while we're arguing over who got first on the previous one. Um, yeah. All right. Well, thank you very much. And yes, we will catch you on the proverbial flip-flop. Well, there you go. That was I genuinely thought I was going to do a little bit better in that one when Nobbins said misquotes because I'm like, oh, I know all about misquotes. And it
Yeah, so
turns
did
out
I. I thought you'd have all the things in your head like the years movies came out.
I yeah, no, I yeah, especially the play it again, Sam. I thought it was something else, but yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. But no, we both did really good in that one. So yeah, congratulations.
Hmm.
All right, well, that is the end of our Hangout episode. Not catch up episode, it's a Hangout episode. Make sure you get that right. So yeah. Actually, it's going to be interesting to see how many people are here for the movies and how many people are here for us.
Well,
Uh,
well, we talk about movies mostly in this
that's
anyway, so
true.
it's still
Yeah.
it's just recent and
Mm.
you know, if people want to get some recommendations, they can
hmm
listen to this.
In amongst hearing about laser discs and children's birthday
Also,
parties.
going into June, I am very happy that The Ritual is coming out this week. I'm annoyed that it's already out in the UK and I'm seeing people go to watch it, and I'm like, why did we not get it at the same time?
mm.
So I could have seen it for my birthday.
Ah,
But anyway,
son of a bitches. Anyway.
I have a half day this week, so I'm hoping that it'll be
hmm
playing at a good time, that I can
Yeah.
go see it after I'm done with work.
hmm Well, I
We
hope so
shall
too.
see. I don't know what else is coming out in June.
Mm,
That one obviously is a special one.
yeah. All right. Well, yes. So coming up next, we'll be having episodes on Sea of Love. We'll be starting our Viewer's Universe
Which we
discussions.
haven't mentioned.
No, but I'm mentioning it now. Look, I'm looking at this amazingly color-coded thing. Like, oh my God, I'm so drawn in by
I
all
thought
these
we were going to talk
colors.
about all this at the top, and it didn't
Yeah, well,
happen.
anyway, we're talking about it now. So yes, those are all coming up soon. So yeah, just stay tuned on the social medias.
Also, we did mention probably last time about The Exorcist, Carlito's Way, and Idiocracy, and they will all be coming out they'll be our next episodes out.
Yes, yes, exactly. Well, actually, The Exorcist will be coming out today as well, and then Made You Look, Carlito's Way, and
Yeah,
Idiocracy that will be
or the day
coming
after.
out next week. And yeah, look, it's we man, this is just too much for me to handle. So
Yeah,
yes,
basically, if we haven't said it already, because I don't even know anymore, we will have weekly episodes
yeah,
with movies, and
hmm
then this is like our little monthly hangout
yeah,
to go with those weekly
exactly.
episodes. So,
So yeah, look, come and find us on social medias. If you just Google Dan and Frankie Go to Hollywood, you'll find us. Because I can't remember off the top of my head what our handles are on the various things, but we're on Twitter, we're on Blue Sky, we're not really on Facebook. I just yeah only post our episodes on there. But yeah, just keep an ear out, keep an eye out, keep something out that you won't get arrested for. And yeah, until next time, stay safe, watch lots of movies, and bye for now.